talk about today? Nutrisystem, Nutrisystem. Oh my gosh. Nutrisystem, Nutrisystem. Wow! What do we think about Nutrisystem? Do we like it? What do we think about it? Does it work? Can you say yes or no? Does Nutrisystem work? This will be the judge. This is the official tally right here. Pros, cons. What do you think? You don't seem to have much to say on the subject. Oh my goodness, should mommy talk about it instead? Should mommy talk about it instead? Oh, does it work? What do you think? Those of you that haven't heard of Nutrisystem, nobody hasn't heard of Nutrisystem. Of course you've heard of Nutrisystem. It gets delivered to your door. It is food. It's a diet. It's something that I am just finishing up doing myself, so I thought I'd give you all an idea on what I thought of it. All right, first the basics. Everything is delivered to your door free. You eat 6 times a day. Breakfast, morning snack, lunch, afternoon snack, dinner, evening snack. With lunch and dinner, you are providing 2 servings of vegetables to go along with the meal that they provide you. Almost all non-starchy vegetables are included in what you can eat. Once a week, you have something called a flex meal, and you have one for breakfast, one for lunch, and one for dinner. Preferably not all on the same day, they say. It's basically you going out and either preparing your own food or going out to eat somewhere, and it's supposed to help give you an idea of portion control in the real world so that when you get off of Nutrisystem, you are able to figure out how much you should be eating for each meal. There's even an eating out guide, which I found so incredibly helpful. So for like once a week, my daughter and I, after her gym class, we would go to Chick-fil-A, and I would have an 8-piece grilled nugget with one of their superfood salad sides that was very yummy. And that was my flex meal for lunch for that week. It is pretty easy to follow. Outside of the prepackaged meals that they give you, which are of course extremely easy, they give you ideas of things to make up your snacks. You have 1 snack a day that they don't provide. They give you examples of some proteins, which they call power fuels, and carbs, which they call smart carbs. The meals are decent tasting and super convenient, of course. Some of them are downright delicious, but you may be missing out on those downright delicious ones if you have one of the cheaper plans. See, they do have plans. I'm gonna go over the main ones. Basic. They tell you exactly what to eat. So the only freedom that you'll have on this is your veggies and your self-prepared snack. Core. You choose from over 100 foods and have access to their support online, which is apparently very helpful. Uniquely Yours. You can choose from over 160 foods, have online support access, and you can enjoy total menu freedom, which just means that you can pick whatever you want every month, even if it's all frozen foods, which the other plans limit or completely exclude. And I gotta say, the frozen foods are where it's at. Uniquely Yours Plus. This was me, and it had everything that Uniquely Yours has, plus shakes. It also says experience ultimate variety, which I'm not sure if that's actually a menu plan change from Uniquely Yours, or if I was just paying an extra $1.50 a day for a probiotic shake. The shakes were decent though, and full of probiotics, so there was that. So they also have a vegetarian plan, which is basically Uniquely Yours with any of the foods that have meat in them omitted from your choices. So you could do a vegetarian or almost vegetarian if you wanted diet on the Uniquely Yours or the Uniquely Yours Plus plans if you just chose vegetarian options. So it's up to you. Or you can do the vegetarian plan and then they'll tell you specifically what does not have meat and make it a little bit easier for you to choose. They also have plans for people with diabetes, which must mean that they control that what added sugars are in the meals, which is never a bad thing. So maybe that's a good plan to go on regardless. There's also a men's plan, which is very similar, but it just has more calories. My husband tried it and he was eating the same things that I was, but he was having like extra smart carbs and extra power fuels here and there. So just to give you an idea of a sample menu for the men and women. Women, breakfast, Nutrisystem breakfast, and a power fuel. So something like a yogurt, 2 ounces of meat, cottage cheese. Morning snack, I would have a probiotic shake, which is basically a power fuel. Lunch, Nutrisystem lunch, and 2 servings of vegetables. Afternoon snack, 1 power fuel, 1 smart carb. Most fruits, 1 slice of whole wheat bread, etc. Dinner, Nutrisystem dinner, 2 servings of vegetables. Evening snack, Nutrisystem snack. So it's provided by them. Men, breakfast, Nutrisystem breakfast, and a power fuel. So that's the same. Morning snack, they would have a Nutrisystem snack. So that's actually more calories than I was having with my probiotic shake. Nutrisystem snack is basically 1 power fuel and 1 smart carb, whereas my probiotic shake was just a power fuel. Lunch, Nutrisystem lunch, and 2 servings of vegetables, and also a power fuel, so that's extra. Afternoon snack, 1 power fuel, 1 smart carb. That's the same. Dinner, Nutrisystem dinner, 2 servings of vegetables, and 1 power fuel, so that's also extra. Evening snack, Nutrisystem snack. So men are getting 2 Nutrisystem snacks in one day, and women are getting 1. And then both men and women get 3 servings of extras, things like coffee creamer and salad dressing, and all of the free foods, which are really low calorie stuff like spices, sugar-free sweeteners, etc. that you want. Down to the good stuff. Does it work? Absolutely. Yes, it definitely works. If you follow it, you will lose weight. I lost about 20 pounds and my husband lost about 15. I think it was maybe the first time in the history of diets that a woman lost more than a man in the same amount of time. But I think he may have been cheating a little bit at work and having different things, because I know he was having a harder time remembering to bring all of his very easily portable foods in with him. But for whatever reason, he would forget to bring them in, so he'd have something at work. So I suspect that that is to blame. Or possibly it doesn't work as well for men. Maybe those extra calories are too many extra calories. Who knows? Pros. I never thought that I would be interested in having somebody tell me what exactly I should be eating. I always thought I wanted the leniency. But it turns out that's not the case. When we first started Nutrisystem, we were getting those prepackaged boxes that you can buy 1 week's worth of food at Walmart. That's a very set meal plan. Turns out I liked the lack of leniency. There was no wiggle room whatsoever, so I didn't cheat. I followed it to the letter. In other words, the strictness of their meal plan was a good thing. It's very portable. So if you're going out of town for a while or you're going into work, you can just bring some of the non-frozen meals along with you and you'll be good to go, as long as you remember them. Most of the frozen foods are really yummy. Some of the non-frozen ones are okay, but the frozen food is really where it's at. So if you get one of the higher price plans, one of the top 2, you can choose your meals and you're not forced to eat things that you don't like. So you're still following their plan. And they're good. It's extremely flexible when it comes to choosing your meals. You have like 160 things to choose from. That's pretty good. They want you to eat a decent amount of vegetables. I was impressed. It's like 4 servings a day plus whatever you get in your food, so 5 or 6 servings a day almost of vegetables. That's nowhere near the 10 that we're supposed to be having according to our last video, but that's a lot more than most Americans are eating. I felt like I was eating a lot of vegetables and I still wasn't getting enough. Oh my gosh. So that's good. The Numi app has great articles, incentives to follow your diet, think discounts on food, and a really easy to use food tracking diary. It was great. Cons. Many of the non-frozen meals are just not very good. So if you want portability and you want yummy tasting foods, unfortunately, you may have to make some compromises. The frozen foods, like I said, are very good. The non-frozen meals are okay. They're just not, they don't taste as fresh. That's what it really comes down to. They don't taste as fresh. Also, the cost that you're getting quoted for your monthly meals doesn't cover the 2 veggies that you're having with lunch and dinner, and then the 1 snack that you're having per day that you're preparing for yourself, which brings the cost of the plan up to higher than you may have been calculating. You know, you see that cost online and you're like, oh, that's not bad. Okay, that's pretty close to what I would eat if I was buying stuff at the grocery store. But no, you got to factor in buying stuff at the grocery store, because you're going to be buying fresh vegetables and a snack a day in order to add to that. These foods are all highly processed, and a good many of them have sugars added to them to make them taste better. So while you will lose weight on Nutrisystem, you will not be eating the healthiest foods that you could be eating. Another con is you are waiting for the next meal pretty much as soon as you finish the last one. You are always hungry. At least I was. I did better after the lunches and the dinners because I was eating vegetables too. I think that the vegetables helped to fill me up, but you're still hungry most of the time. I did get used to it. The first week or 2 was the worst. The first week was the very worst because they have you on lower calories for that week, and then it gets to their normal plan. But it jumpstarts you, so it works well. But yeah, you're hungry most of the time on Nutrisystem. Whereas opposed to some of the other things out there where you're eating high protein, low carb are supposed to help with your hunger cravings because you're not eating the carbs, and the carbs are what cause them. Anyway, we'll get into that later. All right, bottom line. I started eating Nutrisystem when we were living out of a hotel room. I'm a military wife, and our most recent duty station was Italy. Awesome. So we were living out of a hotel, and then when we finally did get our house, we didn't have our pots and pans yet because it takes like several months to get your stuff back from Europe. And so this was awesome. I couldn't cook. I couldn't do much of anything. And then our daughter, kind of high maintenance right now. So it was nice just being able to pop something in the microwave to cook while I made her food because she's eating fresh stuff, of course. I definitely recommend it from a mom with a high maintenance toddler aspect. Absolutely, it's going to be very handy for you. But if you're making dinner for your whole family, obviously not. The strictness of the diet made it very easy for me to follow it for about 3 months, maybe 4. Then something happened. Maybe it was me getting bored of their foods. Maybe I should have mixed up what I was getting a little bit more. Maybe I was getting sick of the processed foods and I was getting excited about eating fresh foods again. Or maybe it was this blog and me deciding that processed foods aren't the way I want to go anymore. Regardless of the reason, I feel in my gut that this is not an extremely sustainable solution for long periods of time. So my suggestion is to stick to it and stick to it well for like 3 to 6 months, whatever you can take. Lose a bunch of weight, and then when you start getting sick of it, use the ideas that it teaches you for portion control to start eating fresher foods. Prepackaged foods are made to last until the apocalypse comes, and they're not very healthy because of that, even if they are low in calories. So don't try to make this a long-term solution. And Nutrisystem says that, they say it's for the short term, and that that's what those flex meals are about. Those flex meals are supposed to teach you portion control and teach you how to apply this to the real world. So kudos to them for that. Chicken noodle soup. Double chocolate caramel bar. They're very good. Even their loaded potato is not bad. One of the only dry ones that I thought was okay. But again, made to last until the apocalypse. Not great for you. And then you have ones like this. One of my favorites, the frozen chicken. I love this, or the stuffed chicken. Frozen stuffed chicken. And they still probably have a decent amount of the nutrients left in them because they're frozen. This is probably basically nutrient-wise like eating cardboard, but with calories. And then their lunches, they have things like this that probably retain a little bit of the nutrients too, if there was nutrients to be had in cheese and meatballs. There are some of these that have vegetables. So anyway, I am breaking down my rating on Nutrisystem into 2 ratings because yes, it will absolutely help you to lose weight. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It works very well. But no, the meals that you are eating, that they are providing, are not incredibly healthy. They're low in calorie, but not incredibly healthy. 3.5 out of 5 stars. And it would be lower if it wasn't for all the veggies that they want you to eat. So that gives it a solid 4.5 star rating, and that's pretty awesome. If you are looking for an easy way to lose weight without much thought, Nutrisystem is great. Go for it. But if you're going to be following this blog and reading the articles or listening to the YouTube videos that I'm going to be making, I suspect you're going to get frustrated on Nutrisystem, just like I did, because we're going to be going over all this healthy green stuff you can be eating that helps make your skin glow and makes your body glow from within, and you just radiate health. And you're going to be stuck on Nutrisystem with their meals, and I just suspect it's going to be frustrating for you. So, but if you're not going to be following me and you're just here to learn what I thought of Nutrisystem and you want something easy, and go for it. However, I've heard of many other plans that are starting to do what Nutrisystem does with fresh food. So look into them and see if they're not too much more expensive, because that may be the way to go. So my next video is going to be about, as promised, Dr. Black's anti-inflammation diet and recipe book. I am just trying out a couple of the recipes before I fully review the book, because I feel like that's something I should include. So far, so good. And so subscribe to learn more. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. Bye. Say bye. Say have a good day. Say subscribe. Oh my gosh, one more thing. We have a giveaway. We are giving away 5 of these Nutrisystem Fresh Start Probiotic Shake Mix in chocolate, all fiber in chocolate. They are 120 calories, basically whey protein with probiotics added, so good for digestion. Anyway, 5 of these, random drawing on August 31st at 11:59 p.m. Are you ready to play with your Legos? Yeah? Okay, just a minute. So 11:59 p.m. August 31st, 5 people chosen using the commentpicker.com website. And yeah, you could be one of them. All you have to do to enter is be subscribed to my newsletter or my Instagram or my YouTube, and comment on this either blog post, Instagram post, or YouTube post. Oh my goodness, I better go play with my daughter. I think that's it. Can you say good luck? Good luck.